This being not only my first time playing Final Fantasy VII, but also my first time with the Final Fantasy series as a whole. I was a little bit hesitant to even try the demo when it came out, but as you all are probably well aware, I fell in love with the demo and was set on getting the full release. So after over 5 hours of gameplay, what are my impressions of Final Fantasy VII Remake? Long story short, I'm in love. Now, before we go forward, I do want to just lay out that I really don't know the full scope of the FF7 story, so if we could keep spoilers in the comments to a minimum, that'd be great for me. You know, just be wary of that. And also, any gameplay that you see from this will be either in the bounds of the demo or about up to the 5.5 hour mark of the game. I made sure I didn't want to spoil a lot of people that were also in my book that were playing this for the first time and really experienced it for the first time as well. So I made sure to only record gameplay about 5.5 hours into the game, so not too far in, and it's really just a bunch of side missions I'll be showing off. There's not really a lot of main story missions I'll be showing off as well. It'll just be side story stuff and really side content as well that was added onto the game. So without further ado, let's get into the impressions. Oh, okay, one more thing I forgot to mention. All the gameplay that you'll be seeing was streamed either on youtube.com/joyclicks or of course back here on PlayStation Source, and so that's why you'll see my webcam there not really matching what I'm saying on the commentary. This is just, you know, a just gameplay of me streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake. So here we go. As someone who traditionally wasn't fond of JRPGs and turn-based combat, I think I owe a lot of my enjoyment of Final Fantasy VII to playing through Pokemon Sword right beforehand. It's been touted as baby's first JRPG, and it being my first Pokemon game, it definitely was that for me personally. Understanding all the base mechanics of turn-based combat and decision-making in terms of what moves deal more damage to an enemy given their weaknesses before playing Final Fantasy VII really helped me out. If I hadn't, I could really see myself taking a while to grow accustomed to the gameplay of Final Fantasy VII. Speaking of, I really liked the gameplay in the Final Fantasy VII demo, but at this point I can comfortably say I'm in love with the full game. My sentiments about loving the process of utilizing live combat to fill your ATB gauges to use those critical abilities have not changed since the demo, but man has it grown. Being able to acquire and upgrade more abilities by getting access to better weapons and materia has opened up combat so much more than the demo, which is of course expected, but I'm really loving combat, and when I'm in combat it's providing me those moments of why I loved Pokemon Sword towards the end when it got a little bit more difficult. Final Fantasy VII Remake combat is making me think ahead about the move I'm about to make, as well as how I'll continue after said move. Do I use my 1 ATB gauge now to do a triple dash, or keep attacking until I fill my second so I can pull off Aphira, since the Shocker Trooper is susceptible to fire since I used my assess materia on him before I engaged? Do I choose to equip Cloud with items that will make him a more well-rounded character of my party, or do I prioritize him to be ready to deal the most damage? I'm really enjoying my time with the game when it puts me in these instances where I have to choose carefully to make it out, which most times that's in combat. But to be fair, I haven't run into anything especially difficult yet, but I'm sure I will down the line. However, the game has great menus and great ways to know exactly how you can utilize your tools in the way to instill confidence for when the game does get tough. I also love how the remake can be adapted from a gameplay perspective to suit all players. From the great system of automated weapon upgrades to prioritize attack, defense, or balance directly automatically on the fly, or to binding different button combinations to specific spells or abilities to avoid digging in the tactical mode for too long. The game has immense customization options to satisfy longtime fans and newcomers like myself. It even has a very easy mode if you want to focus on the story or have a disability and require games to be formatted in a specific way to be comfortable to you. It's a great addition no matter what Kotaku says. While I could talk hours about how much I'm enjoying combat in the game, what's been surprising me is how much I'm loving the story and the world they've cultivated. I haven't stopped thinking about the slice we got of it from the demo, but man, seeing it revealed to me piece by piece is making me hooked. The music is excellent, from the grand battle themes and combat, or to just letting the game be open to the main title screen as it is right now as I type up these words for these impressions. Those moments of overhearing common folk amongst Midgard worried about how the actions of Avalanche are taking effects on their own life have made me care about a world I never thought I would. Hearing hearing, quote, apparently it was done by a group called Avalanche, or hearing about people questioning whether a certain play in Sector 7 is still going to happen or canceled due to bombings adds so much more context to the world and puts a readable pulse to the public and how they perceive the actions you take in the game. It's also eerily close to the kinds of conversations my friends and I have with the current climate we are in today. However, an aspect of Final Fantasy VII that has been growing on me since the demo is the character interactions within my party. From Barrett and Cloud's tangible tension with one seemingly being in it only for the money, going up against the other's reason to fight being something far greater and personal. Biggs and Cloud's mutual respect pairing nicely with Wedge and Cloud's stubborn big bro and young-minded little brother dynamic, no pun intended, bro.
Wait! Give me a minute!
No,
Why you have to be such a hard ass, bro?
I ain't your bro.
To, of course, Jesse's constant shots thrown towards Cloud out of sheer attraction and admiration, and by the looks of it, one of the best sparking in the old flame dynamics between Cloud and Tifa. On a JoyClicks Twitch stream the other day, by the way, subscribe to JoyClicks, guys, youtube.com/JoyClicks. I did some early game side missions with Tifa, and the dialogue they shared from time to time truly made me feel like I was catching up with someone from my past. It's done so well, and it's a great example of how this game flushes out its characters in a great way. The world all these characters inhabit is incredibly beautiful too, from the desert-esque slums of Midgar featuring a wide array of vendors, everyday man along with curious kids playing with cats or pretending to be spies, all the way to where the wealthy class lives from what they call back in the slums the Plate, which is a high-class living city that towers over them at about 265 feet above the slums. The world is just stunning and reveals itself gracefully. Although I'm only 5 hours in and mostly have positive things to say, sometimes in combat my camera acts kinda wonky when I initiate lock-ons to enemies, which does cause me to occasionally miss landing ability moves or throw me off in general. However, I'm certain that both of these can be fixed with settings as I've seen on Twitter, or a better understanding of how the camera works on my end of things, but I figured I'd mention it nonetheless. Also, one more thing I forgot to even put down on this impressions document is that you can even play the full game in a turn-based combat style just like the original. So if you really are an OG from back in the day, you can really make the gameplay what you want out of it, and even so much as playing it in the traditional format. Alright, so I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm definitely enjoying my first time playing Final Fantasy VII, let alone Final Fantasy VII Remake how we are right now. From the excellent gameplay and combat system, to the immensely interesting world and character roster, and the great social commentary on sacrificing the wellness of a planet for financial gain, Final Fantasy VII Remake has left me not wanting to close the game when I have to, or wishing I was playing it whenever I find myself not playing it. I cannot wait to see this game to the end. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys are playing it, what are your thoughts on Final Fantasy VII Remake? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And make sure also while you are down there to check out our description where you can find our Twitter, our Discord server, as well as our Anchor link to listen to our long form content in podcast format. That of course being Road to Part 2, as well as Save Slot Podcast down below in the description. Make sure you can follow those links as well. And definitely the Discord, because we always talk on Discord for a little bit, you know, every morning or every night or whenever something breaks. It's always a fun conversation over there on the Discord server, so make sure to go check out that link below in the description. And I will be leaving a little bit of just gameplay that happens right after you blow up the macro reactor in the first mission of the game, just a little bit of extra context to supplement, you know, a little bit what I'm talking about in terms of the story, and just a little bits and pieces right there. So just leave a little bit for you all before I exit out of this video. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, as well as stay subscribed to PlayStation Source to keep up with the latest and greatest in PlayStation. Thank you for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.
Think you might have overdone it?
I followed the instructions to the letter. Maybe it triggered a reaction with the Mako?
Well, let's hope the city's still in one piece.
But the planet's what matters, right? I mean, this must have helped some.
After all that, it had better have. Anyway, let's get going. We in Sector 8?
That'd be just down there.
All right then, lead the way.
You got it. Huh.
Alright, Wedge leading the way.
Watch out for live wires. They're everywhere.
Ugh. The air in here reeks. Can't wait to get out in the open. Man, what is that? I've never smelled anything so foul. Oh, it's me. Do something about that, and soon.
What is that? It's me.
I felt that one in my guts.
They just keep on coming.
We need to get out of this place.
Was it the Mako density? The primary explosive? The blasting agent?
Hey, we can figure that out later.
I'm running on empty here.
You can refuel at the base.
Next time I'll have to bring a little pick-me-up.
Oh, hold up.
How much farther do we have to go?
Not far.
Gotta get some of that good. Hold up. I can't forget that good. Come on now.
That's about as good a place as any.
Stand back then. I'll set the bomb.
Can't wait to see you, Marley.
Can't wait to take a hot shower.
She's good to go. Fire in the hole!
You sure told those doors.
Let that be a lesson to anything that gets in my way.
Attention all citizens. Attention all citizens. This is an alert from the Shinra Emergency Operations Center. Unidentified intruders have detonated a bomb inside Mako Reactor 1. Multiple explosions have been confirmed, as well as ongoing fire. In response, a disaster warning has been issued in sectors 1 and 8.
Uh-oh.
Structures in the area are at high risk of collapse, rendering the entire sector hazardous. Therefore, all residents of Sector
No way.
This couldn't have been us, could it?
But what if it was?
What's done is done.
Merc's right. It ain't pretty, but we can't stop now. This was just the first reactor, and the planet won't be safe till we get the rest.
Yeah. We always knew this was gonna get messy.
And this is only the beginning.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here. Nothing worth fighting for was ever won without sacrifice. Though you may not be crying out, I know you're in pain, just like the planet. But it's okay, cause I'm here for you, to help take the load off your shoulders. Your fears, your worries, your concerns, and yes, your fees. Whatever your problem, I got you.
So, what's our next move, boss?
That's easy enough. We get our asses home.
Let's get it. Not without that box right there. You already know I'm not gonna leave this. Hold up. You know I gotta grab that for a little bit. Hold up. Bottle of ether.